Bonjour, everyone. This is Rindis LaRuccio of Weazel News. We are having interviews with our third and fourth mayoral candidates. To my right is Boris Frawley, and to my left is Thomas Russo. Both have thrown their hats into the race and are excited to be here. Gentlemen, starting with you, Boris, if you could please introduce yourselves and tell us what it is that you do before deciding to become mayor.
Yeah, all right. Boris, a part owner of Hornies and also a lawyer. Um, a little about me. Um, my parents both were politicians back in my hometown, and they served as like a smaller role. And um, that's about it.
All right, on to you, Thomas.
Hello, I am Thomas or Tommy, Thomas Russo. I am originally I was born in Italy, but when I was around one, my mother took me to the States to go live here. Uh, I work at the hospital as an EMT, and as well as I'm currently helping out my family with their restaurant in the Vinewood Hills called Gio's Pizza. Uh, My mother worked as a registered nurse at the hospital down in Boston. My dad, I don't really want to talk about since I didn't really know him that well. Just from stories from my brothers that I don't like talking about.
All right, excellent. And then we will move on to our first question. Over to you first, Boris. Why is it that you are running? What made you decide to run for mayor?
Yeah. So pretty much what made me want to run for mayor is um shit. Let me take a look at being a lawyer. So as a lawyer, I get to see and hear about the laws, and I came to realize that many of the laws we have in the state, well, I should say there's not enough laws in the state, and I feel like criminals can get away with less serious crimes rather than crimes that fully support the crime they did, or the law that fully supports the crime they did. Um, and then adding on to that, I feel like I have a great view and great ideas that will lead to the state and bring success for everybody.
Wonderful. Same question to you, Thomas.
I wanted to for mayor because since I've been working at the hospital, I've seen some stuff that I would love to be able to make it more easier for people to have, like safety, more health opportunities, like probably like a someone to help like after recovering from a horrible accident, like how would I say this? Something that might have affected your legs, that might have caused you to have need like rehabilitation, given a chance to be able to rehabilitate yourself from drug use or any of that kind of stuff, and want and as well as help the small businesses from going bankrupt or having problems within the future because of lack of supplies or lack of employees, giving people the chance to have an actual job than becoming homeless.
Excellent. Taking it back over to Boris. Um, do you have any political experience, or have you ever run for an elected office?
Both answers to that is no, but like I said, my parents were politicians back in my hometown, so I've been around the politics for quite a bit, and I have a lot of understanding about what what you need to do to get the job done.
All right. Same question back to you, Thomas.
I have zero experience with up uh, what he basically just said. I have no experience with political stuff or been elected into any office.
All right, but of course that's not a disqualifier. The best way to learn is by doing so. Um, Hopefully that won't have any issues with the race going forward. Over to Boris. And the next question is, what do you plan to accomplish within your first 30 days as mayor?
Okay, yeah. So, jumping to our current mayor, the current mayor did form a city council, but I came to realize that the current city council, uh, I don't even really know who they are. I don't really know if they've done anything. And I'm looking to change that. I'm looking to form a strong city council and have weekly meetings with them, and then also like weekly statements brought out to the public. Um, and then another thing I'm looking to do is uh, come up with new businesses, um and like figure out what a business can do and succeed from. And then kind of like I said before, I'm really focusing on the laws that need to be brought to the state because criminals are getting off the hook way too easy.
Agreed. Over to you, Tommy. Same question. What do you plan to accomplish within your first 30 days?
First off, I'd probably do the same exact thing with the whole council thing. I would probably start all the meetings on Sunday. Sometimes probably always allow the public be able to watch in and have some kind of like be able to see what's happening and not just like giving a statement that might not have some truth to it. I want to give the whole truth within being able to see what's being talked about. So part of it would probably be trying like showing the full truth instead of like part of the truth of the council, allowing the citizens be able to watch it while it happens. So there's no fakeness to it, like hiding certain topics that might be like worrying to the civilians, being fully transparent towards the community around us, the city, everyone in it. Um, but and I won't stop yapping about that part. Um, another thing would be probably starting a bunch of programs to have rehabilitation for all kinds, drug use, depression, criminal rehab, physical rehab, any car accidents. Maybe start some programs for maybe start a fund for criminals so they can work towards expunging their records and try and find them an honest, good job so they don't have to struggle and have to go back to crime.
Wonderful. I think that both sides have great ideas for what they will bring to the table. Um, Over to you again, Boris. The next question is, describe an ethical dilemma that you had faced and how did you resolve it?
I don't wish to speak on that.
Sorry?
Yeah, I don't wish to speak on that.
All right, you are free to abstain from that question. Then Thomas, how about you? An ethical dilemma, and how did you resolve it?
Let's see. I would. I don't. Hmm, I won't do this. Oh. So there was one time I was volunteering at a hospital back in Massachusetts. Um, Part of the job I was doing, I was just helping around as much as I possibly can since the EMTs were all full, so I had to work within the hospital. There was a dilemma of who should be given a organ. There was two people at the top of the list, and we had to figure out how we're going to get the organ. One person was moved up to the top of the list because they were a VIP, which kind of made me a little like not very like proud of that happening, but I didn't really do much against it. But we had to. They were going to try to give the guy the organ, but we didn't actually fully test it. So I asked the doctors to test the organ to make sure it's actually can actually work for him. Um, Within that time of it being tested for him, within that hour or so, another organ came in, and we finally found that both of the organs matched for both of them. So we just gave them the organs. If we had waited less time, if we did it right away without testing, it probably would have girl would probably had died in that situation.
Wonderful. So you made a judgment call that resulted in saving both lives. Okay. Our last question to wrap up the interview, then, over to you, Boris. Why should voters cast their ballot for you in this election?
All right, so I have a very strong vision and ideas that will benefit all people. For example, my ideas with the economy, with the public services such as the Central Medical, as it's known, LSPD, and then just like local ran jobs. I'm looking to benefit every singular one of those jobs. Not only that, overall, I have great leadership skills. Hell, I run a business that's doing very successful. I am determined to help people run their business, such as like the U tool. To my knowledge, it's not bought. I could be wrong. And like stores that people can buy. And upcoming restaurants or businesses or whatever they may bring to the state. I'm looking to help them. And then just like some other uh, issues that I've experienced, uh, the local PD issues. I've read many things on the state attorney, and I'm looking to get that addressed with the commissioner. And then I'm also looking at the concerns on what it takes to run a business and what you all got to do. And then kind of back at the pay of jobs, I'm looking to maybe see what we can do to fix it. Um, and jumping back once again, the laws, criminals are getting away with a lot of things because the current mayor has failed to introduce laws that will uh, serve justice to these criminals. Um, and just the city council, I feel the city council is going to pay or play a big role my um in my terms in office, and I'm looking to build the best city council the state has ever seen. And I am promising that city council will um, be for the people, and they will have open ears and encourage people to bring concerns and everything up to me and my team of city council members.
Excellent. So to close it out, then, over to Thomas Russo. Same question. Why should the voters cast their ballot for you?
The reason why they should cast their ballot for me is I want to stand for safety, health, welfare, rehabilitation, and creating job opportunities for people that have a lower status, like you go to and graduate high school or you dropped out or kind of like you weren't given the fair options. I want to have everyone be able to have a job and be able to not have to struggle in life because when I was younger, we grew up in Somerville, not the best place in Massachusetts. It's right off of Boston. It's right around them, and it wasn't the best community. There was always problems. We barely could pay for rent, and it was just horrible. We weren't being paid the best. I want to be able to give people that opportunity that I wasn't given when I was a kid. I don't want people to have to struggle like I did when I was younger. Uh, what else? Uh, my last words I'm gonna say is let's create a better future for everyone in the city.
I couldn't agree more. So this concludes the interview with our two newest candidates, Boris Frawley and Thomas Russo. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time, of course. I have been Rindis LaRuccio with Weazel News. You have a wonderful day, Los Santos.